You ever scrolling online and you see one of those headlines? You know the ones. They're so bold, so tempting. You just can't help but stop and stare. It's usually a promise of turning a tiny bit of cash into a small fortune. Well, today we're going to grab one of those headlines and just pull it apart, see what's really going on inside. What does it actually take to turn $100 into 10 grand? Let's dive in. And here it is. This is the exact line that caught our eye. It's not just a claim, right? It's a promise. It's dangling a secret right in front of us. A secret that could supposedly transform a simple $100 bill into a stack of 10,000. Our job today? We're gonna find that secret. Okay, first things first, let's just let that number sink in for a second. $10,000 from just 100. We are not talking about doubling your money here or even getting a 10x return. This is something else entirely. It's a life-altering amount of money for most people, and that's precisely why these claims are so powerful. That's right. For every single dollar you put in, this claim says you'll get $100 back. In the investing world, they call this a 100-bagger. And trust me, it's pretty much a mythical achievement. It's the kind of thing that can completely rewrite your financial future. But how realistic is it, really? To figure that out, we really need to get our heads around the sheer scale of the mountain we're trying to climb. It's one thing to say 100 times your money, but it's a whole other thing to truly grasp what that even means. And this is why these promises are so alluring. See, our brains aren't naturally great at understanding exponential growth. A visual like this, though, it does the work for us. It shows a gap so massive, it almost feels impossible to cross. And that feeling of impossibility is exactly where the idea of a secret starts to sound so good. And if we put it into percentage terms, oh boy, it gets even more staggering. To turn $100 into 10,000, you need a 9,900% gain. Just to put that into perspective, the S&P 500's average annual return is around 10%. So yeah, we're talking about something on a completely different planet. So how could anyone even theoretically do this? I mean, what kind of financial vehicle could possibly produce a gain of 9,900%? Let's take a look at the potential routes. So really, when you boil it all down, there are two fundamental ways you can go in finance. On one hand, you've got the fast growth path. Think super speculative stocks, crypto, high-risk gambles. This is a sprint. It's defined by wild swings and the potential for huge gains or, huge losses in a really short time. And then there's the slow growth path. That's the marathon. It's steady, patient investing, and it's powered by the slow magic of compounding. Now let's add the most important ingredient, time. To get that 100x return, the high-risk, fast growth path might get you there in months, but only if you get incredibly, unbelievably lucky. The slow growth path? We're talking decades. That headline implies a fast journey, which tells you everything you need to know about the kind of strategy and the kind of luck that's involved. You always hear from the one person who won the lottery, right? You never hear from the thousands who just lost their money. And this brings us right to the heart of it. What is this secret that the headline promises us? Well, the secret isn't some hot stock tip or a magic formula. No, it's something way more fundamental. This is it. This is why we're here, right? We've crunched the numbers, we've looked at the different roads you can take. So after all that, what is the big secret they're promising? It's time for the reveal. The secret? Well, it turns out it's not a secret at all. It's actually one of the oldest, most foundational rules in all of finance, the risk-return trade-off. The secret these headlines never ever tell you is the absolutely colossal amount of risk you have to take on to even have a tiny shot at those kinds of returns. Here's the deal. To get a potential 9,900% return, you must accept the very, very real possibility of 100% loss. That's the fine print. That's the part they leave out of the headline. There is no free lunch in investing. The price of admission for a chance at a massive reward is accepting massive, potentially total risk. So knowing all this, how should we look at claims like these? Instead of just dismissing them as scams, let's use them to understand something way more powerful and, frankly, a much more reliable way to build actual wealth. Because this shows the other path. This is the slow, quiet magic of compounding interest. Look, in year 1, the growth is pretty modest, almost boring. By year 10, you can see it's picking up steam. But by year 40, it's become this nearly unstoppable exponential force. The secret here isn't a risky bet. It's the patient, consistent power of time. And that, right there, is the ultimate takeaway. The most valuable secret in finance isn't some get-rich-quick scheme somebody's trying to sell you. It's understanding this simple triangle: how your timeline and your personal comfort with risk work together to determine your potential for growth. Once you really get that, you're the one in control. So I'll just leave you with this. That headline asks a really tempting question, but it just might be the wrong one. A much more powerful question is the one you have to ask yourself, because ultimately, the most valuable secret isn't one that somebody else can tell you. It's the one you discover for yourself when you define your own path to financial success.